Let's draft a mage. And maybe we play a game. Maybe play the whole run. We'll see. Oh, and everybody bet 4 to 6. Thank God. Thank God we got to 4, right? It's already been paid out. Let's see what the mage deck has. Poo, and 2-mana removal spell. Triple poo here. I don't like Muck Plumber, but I think it's probably the best card here. I don't like taking Soldier of Fortune. Punished for not taking the dragon. Was there a dragon? These are all trash. 2-drop trash? Maybe there's elemental synergy, I forget. Raven. It's like a Sin Runner. I don't know. Gastropod just kind of feels like it immediately gets eaten all the time. Crasher can do something. The other cards can't. Oh, that was the drag. Did we pass that, actually? For that? This card's not that bad, actually. Let's take a Hogsteed. It's cheap. More Ravens. I have the game spin. Pretty good. Como, thanks for the 4. We went 4, we went 8, and we went 12. So honestly, today's runs have been really good. And as a result, we've had more fun. I feel like none of the decks underperformed, and almost all of them, maybe all of them, overperformed. But thank you, Como, for the 4 gifted subs. We have Punchatron, Medium Marvin, Viametti, and Leon. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much, Como. Golly! Do I want this Drake? Not really. I'm just gonna take the Snap Freeze. I actually don't think Snap Freeze is that bad. Anytime you get a triple legendary pick and none of them are golden, I'm gonna take the Chromaggus, but I mean, what are you gonna do? The 12.200 run was sick. Yeah. I mean, anytime you go 10, 12, etc. Those runs are fun, right? Like, they're definitely fun. All right. I guess we're Chromo. What's his name? Left head and right head can never agree about what to eat for dinner, so they always end up eating ramen again. That's funny. All right, we got Cro-Magnum. Great. Chromaggus may be cool. I mean, he's the best card in there. If they made this card in 2022, he'd cost 7 mana and he would draw you 2 cards, and then they would draw you 2 copies of him. And then he'd be awesome. It'd be really powerful. What was I gonna check? Oh yeah, extra. Huh? I got 2 of them. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? That's not true. Stop telling me that. 7 mana 8/8 draw card. 6/8. This card? Wish he was an 8/8. Cold Case is great though. Stormwind's good too, but I love Cold Case. I think we'll take the Stoneborn. Geyser's okay. Guild Recruit is poo. Visage? I think I would rather have a Vengeful Visage. Shard or Defender? Let's take Shard. I'm a fan of Shard. Oh, we have Snap Freeze. Slam it. Vile Fiend all day. Rager's good. Pyro's okay. Vile Fiend. It's great. Probably just grab a Red Herring here. Sure. They had a lot of dragons. Ooh, I love Deep Freeze. I actually think Scorpion's probably the right pick for this deck, but fuck it. Geyser over the Taunt, maybe. I like this card. I think Witness is okay too, but I actually like having a 2 that helps us get to some of these late game threats a little easier. Love Arcanologist. What's that old saying? Never turn your back on a blue-haired babe. Who said that? Was it Churchill? some historical figure said that. First pick, I would take Shovel. Our deck, I want Og Merchant. Einstein, I think. Might have been Einstein. I'm taking this Spellstone. I'm going to look how many elementals I have after I take it. All right, I have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's it. That's perfect, because that's almost... Yeah, okay. We're going to upgrade it. Grab the 3. Oh, this one's good too, huh? Honestly, another Glacial Shard's not bad, but let's take this 3. What the fuck? Why they give me all these old crappy dragons? Maev's not very good. Maev's good in a tempo deck, like 2 fireballs and a pyro, and a curve that tops out at like 5 or 6. Maiev can be one of your better cards. Get rid of their best minion for 2 turns and push an extra 8 damage, or remove a taunt and push, 5, 6 damage and throw a fireball face. But in our deck, it's like you dormant a minion, and then you're not killing them because your hand's got a Stoneborn and a Deep Breeze, and then it just comes back. It's a good card, though. Just not always great. Nefarian is fun, but not very good. He's very expensive. He's like Chromaggus. He's probably a little worse. Maybe he's like equivalently crap to Chromaggus. And I don't want to craft another crappy old shit dragon, so I'll take Talon. Take Nefarian because my dad is named Nefarian. No, he's not. More Vile Fiends, of course. I'll happily run a Blizzard. We got offered like 14 dragons. I'll take a 2 over Pooh. And finally, give me at least a card from Castle Nathria, please. A second Arcanologist would be really cool if I had a second secret in the deck. But a second Hogseed's not all that interesting anyway. So sure, I'm never taking green jelly. It gets worse the worse your deck gets. Chromaggus? Sorta. Like, an 8-mana 6/8 that draws you 2 Glacial Shards is a good card. Or draws you 2 Snap Freezes. Like, even your lower powered cards and your lower valued hits, getting free stuff in card games is good, right? You have to pay a price, though, because you're not getting a great 8-drop these days. When he came out, he was really good, though. There weren't a lot of, like, 10-mana 8/8s that free kill him. 5 wins? 5? Yeah. I'd say 4 to 6, probably. All right, let's do a 1 or 2 games. The deck is much more interesting than the Paladin, and I wouldn't be super surprised, again, if it falls in that range of 3 to 5, 4 to 6, which is fine. I just wish that more decks were interesting. This deck is interesting because you can discover a bit. You've got a cool legendary. You've got some elemental, shenanigans. Not a huge payoff, which is fine, but you can at least like kind of work towards something. Halfway through that draft, I became 2 times more inebriated somehow. I'm not sure what happened there. Metabolization. Pontification. I don't know what happened. I don't really want to start with that, though. Discover is interesting. The rest is predictable. Feel the same way? Like, I don't think every deck needs to be like chock full of Discover. I don't think, that, etc., etc. But it's fun to discover. And a card like Messenger Raven, I think, is like Discover done almost perfectly, right? Where you have a 3-drop with 2 health, right? You have a 3-mana 3/2, so it's like you're getting a worse rate than these cards that don't add a card to your hand but do a thing. But it also discovers a specific pool of cards. So like you can't find Ysera, you can't find whatever, but you're more likely to find an interesting card. So if it's just a discover a taunt, you just get like a 5-mana 3/6 or whatever. You get all these like shitty cards in the pool, But because you're guaranteed to find a class card, it's just more interesting. You might find a 2-drop or a 3-drop, but it's going to do something. It's not going to be a River Croc. I think Messenger Raven is close to like the perfect conception of a discovered card. I like the design of the 2-mana 2/2 discover space on the game board. Oh yeah, he's great. That's a great design. And that card would actually, its design is wonderful. Some of the boards are lazy, but when you're making 65 discover effects, I guess you can be allowed to be a little lazy on it. The fail of that card is I think he's out of standard now. I'm not really sure how the board system works in Wild, but the board should rotate in Arena based off of what's in, and then a card like that would be really cool. I think it would be more cool. Transfer student, yeah, he's cool. And unsurprisingly, a 2-mana a 2-mana 2/2 that does something like that is a lot cooler than, you know, I don't know. What are the other annoying discover cards? Like a 5-mana 4/4 spell damage, or I don't know. Yeah, it just cards like that are just more interesting than a card like Scrap Imp, Wild Paw Caverns. 2-mana win the game, 4-mana win the game. Great when you're the one winning the game, but kind of shit when you're not. My Death Rattle's gonna go off before his, which kind of sucks because I just like whiffed on a couple of. Why do I have? Oh, I don't. My deck's not that heavy, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 cards over 4, and we've got all of them. I like it better than Biggin. Yeah, like better than Biggin, and it's not always that easy to make a card as cool as or as powerful as I can't kill either. And I don't get to draw 2. Might actually just need the Snap Freeze. Anyway, a card like this, like a 4-mana 4/10 or a 4-mana 8/16, like that's not an interesting card design. It's not fun to play against. There's nothing you could do about it. Like it's just dumb. But a 3-mana 3/2 discover a card puts you behind when you play it, and doesn't always give you the best hit. It's just a better it's just a better card. 3, 6, 9. Wonder if this is ever like the best chance we have to win. He doesn't heal and we push all his face. Goes up to 12. We can deal 10. Guess we just never win, huh? I learned nothing from him. How do you compare it to something like Wand Thief? I mean, Wand Thief is just such a powerful card. Discovering spells is better than discovering minions, and it's cheaper than Raven Caller. I don't really know how you fix Wand Thief. It was never really all that broken. And it's a fun card to play. I guess you take a card like Wand Thief. Like, there's so many things you could do. You know what would be good for Wand Thief? Compare it to Wand Thief. Like, choose between 2 spells. Wand Thief is a much more interesting card when it doesn't give you 3 options. Still good. Still understated. You still have to work for it. It's a combo card. And cards, you know, they get stronger over time. So a card like Wand Thief was never like the biggest problem. The problem is cards like Deathborn, or Puzzle Box of Yogg-Saron being in the pool for something like Wand Thief. So the way you do it is you give a smaller pool of cards that it can discover, or you weigh the discover pool by rarity, and you actually give cards appropriate rarities based off of their power level, which they don't do any of that. But you make Deathborn an epic, and you make epics be offered 10% and rares 40% and commons 50% and legendaries, 5% or whatever. I mean, you're at 105. You scale it based off of rarity, and you make the most powerful cards the rarest cards, and then Discover becomes a much better mechanic in general, not just for Wand Thief, but for everything. So you're not super likely to find Chromaggus, but you may want an Arcanologist, or you may want... Sorry, I don't have any Mage cards. Like a card like this, which is more powerful than an Arcanologist, is going to be rarer in the Discover pool. But that's just why there's so many. It's so difficult to, like, quote unquote balance Hearthstone. And you should do this for Standard. Standard would have been better for the last 2 or 3 years for having implemented a system like that. Standard would have been better for having a system like that and having the rarities adjusted based off of power level. Instead, they just kind of throw it all willy-nilly, so opening packs is like a thing. Like, so it's harder to get like a rare or a legendary or an epic, so you can milk more money out of people, so they have to buy more packs to get the cards that are going to be relevant. But you end up making a worse product that less people want to play or less people want to invest money in. Short term, it was a good idea 6 years ago. It would diminish your player base, but that's kind of what they did. That's what they chose. Somebody chose that. I like this song. Every time I listen to this song, I feel like I like it more. It was not close to my favorite Glass Animals track, but man, it gets better every time I listen to it. It's got an unfair advantage to be 1 whiskey and cola deep on a day when I ate 6 hours, 9 hours ago, 12 hours ago. But still, it's good, man. Make more filler shit spells. Yeah, that does help, but that's like a harder solution. So you make more shit filler spells and minions so that you can't hit the consistently good stuff as often. But what it does is it makes it feel bad when your opponent hits the, instead of hitting a 1 in 3, they hit a 1 in 10, but they still just win when they hit like the best card, and you feel bad. So it solves one problem but creates another. But also, in order to make more shit filler, you have to make your packs have more garbage. And if your packs have more garbage, then less people buy them. And Hearthstone's biggest priority has always and will always be convincing people to spend money on it, which is fair. You're making a game and you want to make money. So if you just make a bunch of crap that nobody wants to buy packs for, then so be it. The reality is most of the cards are filler regardless of how good they are for Arena. So what you should do is balance the cards for a limited format, as I always say, because however good, like, this isn't filler, but it's filler for somebody who opens it who's playing Constructed. Like, this card's not filler. I guess that card actually saw play. Like, this card's not filler for Arena, but it's filler for somebody opening a pack. So you bridge that gap, and you make cards balanced for Arena, and then it doesn't change the pack opening experience. It doesn't change the amount of money people spend to buy packs, but it increases the amount of money that you will get people to spend playing a limited format. Instead, they don't do that, and they make Deathborn a rare instead of a legendary spell. And so you have it, the experience we are currently living through. Anybody wondering what Red is talking about? Yes, me. Is it just me? No, I'm in there. This guy pissed me off. I don't know how to solve it. I just gave you 9 solutions that improve it. So there you go. You're wonderful, Elian. Yes. How was I in a 2-minute queue at 1 win? How 0 wins? What the fuck was that? I wondered what it'd be like if Red had a roommate and he was talking to us. And the roommate was like, this dude is talking to himself again. I lived with my brother for a little over a year. 2 years? How long did I live with my brother? Oh shit, I can't really remember. I moved in October. Fuck, was I with my brother for 2 years? Oh man, I'm gonna die soon. Does he have blue hair? My brother does, yeah. Your brother had a cat and there was a guy who had some tendencies, yeah. But anyway, I shared a wall with one guy and he could hear me when he was going to bed. He would tell me. I was like, oh, do you want me to, I'm trying to be quiet. He's like, no, it's fine. He's like, I kind of leave you on like a TV, you know, instead of leaving the TV on, I can just kind of hear you and I go to bed. He was a nice boy, Topher. Topher was a nice boy. The other kid, what was that guy's name? Christian? Oh god, that guy was fucking annoying. The TP incident, that's the one. That's the one. The guy was fucking annoying as shit. God. I had never had roommates before. So I lived with, you know, my parents and I had an older brother and a younger sister. And then I moved out and I have another secret, potentially. I thought about the positioning, how it's better to put the 1 there, but I was too lazy to re-click. I don't think it matters this early, but the 1 should be in the middle. But I thought about it and I decided I'm too lazy. But then I lived by myself. I moved out, you know, I was like 13 or 14. I moved out and I was living by myself for a long time. And then my brother, you know, after 10 or 12 years or 15 years later, my brother needed somebody to, you know, Jesus Christ. It's a great hand. Good. So I moved in with him and I'd never had a roommate before. I don't know, man. I'm such like, I feel pretty laid back. I just don't like, most stuff doesn't bother me. That kid was fucking annoying as shit. I never thought such a world would exist. But he thought I stole his TP out of his room. And I was like, why the fuck are you keeping toilet paper in your room? And I've never been in your room once. And don't talk to me anymore, please. Jesus Christ. That's fucking annoying, man. But I won $700 in Vegas, and now I lost it all. Damn, I was gonna ask you to give it to me. Everybody keeps losing a lot of money gambling. I just think if you would instead consider giving it to Redbeard, that would be nice. I could see some value in that. Does your brother still live with him? Yeah. So my brother lived with them before I moved in. He'd been living with him for a while. I don't know. They've kind of rotated roommates and stuff. Me and Topher were the 2 newest. Topher was the newest, and he'd only lived there like a month or 2. And then I moved in. And Topher and I, we got along well. He was just a very nice, considerate young man. Very similar to myself. My brother, before I moved, he's like, yeah, it's not so bad, but the other guy moved out because he hated that guy. That's why the other roommate, there was 4 people on the lease. He's like, yeah, he left. Can you take over the lease for, you know, whatever, a couple of months? I was like, okay, and I ended up living there. I think I lived there like a year, maybe. I think I lived there a year, but that's what it was. I think I lived there a year, but I was only going to stay for 3 or 4 months. But then I ended up staying a little longer. And he's like, yeah, the other guy moved out because the guy's got, but he's not that bad. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, he's annoying, but he's not that bad. I'm like, okay. So I moved and I'm like, hey, dude, this guy's fucking annoying as shit. So my brother and I are cool. We would talk. And I was like, you really think that guy's not that bad? Like, I was like, doesn't it annoy you that he does like this and this and this? I listed off like 10 things. And my brother was talking, he's like, yeah, you know, now that you mention it, that guy's fucking annoying as shit. I fucking hate that guy. You know, my brother started to hate him too. I'm like, okay. It's fine. As long as you hate him too. But my brother, he cares less. I'm laid back. My brother's just like aloof. My brother just doesn't know what the fuck is going on or where he is. It's like he goes to work, he works from 9 to 5, plays Magic and plays with his cat. Just like nothing fucking phases that guy. And then sometimes I'd be talking to him, and he'd like tell me, he'd be like, "Oh, like, hey, did you hear like did you see that like new episode of Invincible? We were watching Invincible, not together, but like at the same time. He'd be at work, I'd be at home in the afternoon. I'd watch it. He's like, "Did you watch a new episode of Invincible?" I was like, "Yeah, we actually talked about it yesterday for like 2 hours. Do you not remember?" And he doesn't do any drugs or anything. I'm like, he's like, "Don't you remember? We were talking about that for a long time. A little worried about you, man." I'm sure I'll pull the absolutely certain this pulls the 2-drop. Just kidding. Sometimes lucky. Yeah, my brother's just always aloof. He pawned you off on a real Sheldon. So he accused me of going into his room and stealing his toilet paper, despite the fact that the bathroom was full of toilet paper, which I had bought and put in there for anybody to use at their leisure. In fact, there were 2 bathrooms, and both bathrooms were stocked full of toilet paper. So whatever, not that annoying. I don't know. He slammed every door. Every door he opened or closed had to be slammed as hard as humanly possible. Even if he was not mad. I don't know. If he was mad, I never talked to him. He's so fucking annoying. I've told a lot of stories about him, but I'm gonna tell a few more because, you know, whatever. He was a budding actor and writer of spoken word poetry, which is cool. As a man that streams for a living, I'm not going to bemoan somebody trying to chase their dreams and whatnot. Like, sure, whatever. I mean, cool. I'd come down all the time, and he'd be like sitting around listening to what I could only describe as the title screen music from a Monopoly CD-ROM game from 1995. He'd be listening to like these like weird like jazz jams, but only like if it had been written in 1995 to be played over the Monopoly title screen. And he'd be like laying on the couch with like his hand over his head and a typewriter. He had a typewriter with paper in it, and he'd be sitting there. And a lot of the stuff I got from him, I got peripherally. He'd always be in the common room, the living room, fucking hogging everything. The couch, the TV, the dinner table, the kitchen, all this crap. Have to be hogging everybody's common area. Never was he not like just fucking spread out on it. Having loud conversation. He was very loud. Everything he said was at a very high decibel. So always had to be on the phone talking to people. So anyway, he'd be like, "Oh, I've been working." He'd be talking to people. Not me, because I didn't want to talk to him. I hate him. Like, "Oh, I've been working on this poem for 4 hours. Oh, I've got writer's block. Okay, I'll talk to you later." You go. And he'd walk away, and I'd be like, "Okay, let me see what's on this goddamn typewriter." Nothing. He'd sit in front of the there were no words written on it, ever. He liked to have a typewriter that he pretended to write things on and then tell other people how much writer's block he had. That was his pastime. It's fucking irritating. No big deal. I like this song too. Man, I like Glass Animals. What else did he do that was annoying? He was dating a gal at some point. Don't ask me how, dude. If you're ever worried that you can't get a date, this kid was proof that anybody could date somebody. Somebody out there has low enough self-esteem that they'll date this goober. I think she had like 4 kids, and she lived in Nebraska or something. They met online, and she came over once, like the first time, and didn't tell anybody she was coming over, which was, I didn't really care because I didn't want to talk to him ever, as I mentioned before. But I woke up at, I was asleep, and I thought like somebody left a TV on or something, but I could hear him talking to somebody, but nobody was responding. Like just outside my door, there was a bathroom outside our door, and I'm thinking like, who's he talking to? What the heck? Why is he talking? And I'm like, am I listening to him like maybe on a phone call or something? What's going on here? It was very confusing to say the least. And at some point I'm like, dude, he's been just talking outside my door for 20 minutes. 20 minutes, he'd be talking right outside my door. Okay, let me open the door. I go out, and this lady who I never met before, I kind of like walk by, you know, and he's talking to this lady, and he's like explaining to her like all these things in the bathroom. It's just him and her in the bathroom. They've apparently been in there for 20 minutes. And he's like, yeah, this is where we keep the Band-Aids. This is like the toilet plunger if you take like a massive dookie and you need to unclog the toilet. And I'm like, huh? And the girl looks at me like please help me. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell you here. Apparently he was like explaining what like toiletries do in this house to this lady who traveled across the world to go on a date with him for 20 minutes. And I'm just like, what's going on? Why is this happening? It's like explaining all this stuff. This is where we keep the towels. This is where we keep the soap. Could you imagine traveling across the world to go on a date with some guy who maybe seems cool on the internet, like on the phone you talk, where you see a picture of him, maybe he's got like a little French beret on and he's got this little typewriter, I don't know. And you're like, oh, he's gonna take me to Disneyland. He's gonna take me to the beach. And you spend the first 20 minutes of your time in California looking at some turd's bathroom. You know, there's probably a turd in the bathroom. He also would not flush the toilet when he would. There would oftentimes be residue. There would be, physical residue in the toilet. She should have brought a taser and left. That's on her. What else did he do? Wait, sorry, there was another thing. There was a lot of things. There were so many things. Oh, he used to say dog all the time. Everything he'd say. Everything he'd say. And anybody can say dog if they want. But I don't think I've ever met anybody that does. And of all the people I did, like, he'd be like, yo, dog. It'd be cool if you like, yo, dog, can you do this? Hey, dog, can you do that? And I'm like, dude, please stop saying that to me. And also, I would always say, I used to tell him, so sometimes I'd be like, please just don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Oh yeah, a pipe burst one time while I was living there. And he like, by this point, I don't think we were like ever talking to each other, but a pipe burst and he's like, oh, he's like, what should we do? I was like, put in a maintenance request. That's it. Put a towel down, put in a maintenance request. That's it. I'm not in charge of the fucking towels and the pipes and whatnot, and I don't care. And he's like, do you think we should call a plumber? I was like, absolutely not. We live in an apartment complex. We live in a little condo. There's a maintenance, like, that's it. It's like, what if, what if this happens? I was like, doesn't matter. I'll put in a maintenance request myself. And I went to bed. And then I got a text from him and it was like, hey, I called a plumber and we all owe like $150 because they came out. I was like, well, one, I'm not paying. And two, did they fix the pipe? He's like, no, it was just a consultation. I was like, okay, I don't think they're even allowed to fix the pipe. I think that's what he said. He's like, yeah, we can't fix the pipe until you get approval from the management group or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to pay for that because I told you you're an idiot for even calling a plumber. Doesn't even make sense. So, hey, congrats, good luck, and fuck off. I fucking hated that guy. Fucking hated him. Really annoying young man. Free trade? Stope doesn't get it. This is not your property. You got nothing. He had no life skills, zero. And also no consideration for others. And he was a big jerk. And he was really loud too. Remember, I got stressed. He's very loud. Just speak at a regular decibel. Just don't blow my goddamn eardrums out. Yeah, this guy sounds like my girl roommate I had. We were banging and everything. Okay, well, there's a big difference already in this story, but okay. We had some history as kids. She was mad at some French stuff. All would have been great. It was convenient. But anyways, she was shouting and probably sick every other week. And her throat is sore. You're always noisy. What do you expect? Also, we had this really heavy door, and she slammed with force every time, waking up our neighbors. Well, she sounds like a turd, and he sounds like a turd. Then maybe they would have been perfect for each other. Or maybe they would have had a child together that would have destroyed existence as we know it. I don't want to take the risk that I don't roll what I want. I pasted my story. Yeah, I know, I was reading yours. I scrolled up to find the original. I know it's your roommate, Asinam. Don't worry. I read. I look. How did you know which one I was reading? What the fuck? How could you know? I mean, you didn't know, but how would you assume that I was reading someone else's story? I forgot about Ray. Cheers for a great message there. Sheesh. Let's play another game. We could do one more, right? It's a ping and a 1-drop. It's probably okay to keep, right? It's one of the only streams I get more confused the more time goes by. No one copy pasted my story. Did you tell one, J2? J-Taku, also, who are you, by the way? Do I know you? Did we meet once? I get so confused. There's a couple of accounts that I'm not sure who they are. J2 is one of them. I'm Yon. Okay, did we ever meet in person at TwitchCon? Are you the Battlegrounds, like, superstar? Is that you? Are you the really, really good Battlegrounds player? I'm sorry. I was scared to ask earlier, but now I've had 1 and 2 fists of 1 whiskey and cola. I was at TwitchCon EU with Ellie and Simi and Tice. Okay. But you weren't at TwitchCon NA 3 years ago when we met and hung out and I body slammed you through a wooden table? That's not you, correct? Nah, never been to NA. Okay. But you're like that. You're really good at Battlegrounds, or no? Is the song still? Why is the song still playing? All right, cherry pick. We're in the cherry pick mode. Are you Dizzle? Whoa, who just wrote Dizzle? No, he's not Dizzle. Oh god, if he's Dizzle, I'm nervous. I've watched so much Dizzle. I used to cherry pick his old VODs to find him playing Vintage Cube. Just a casual player and a mod for some streamers? Okay. Did you ever play in any of the, like, did you ever pair up with Half a Bear? In any of the, like, invitationals or Twitch Rivals or any of those things? I recognize you as, like, Happa's mod and a Battlegrounds guy. That's his name. I used to forget how to spell it, and it would drive me crazy. I used to always think his name was Drizzle, but like with like no vowels and stuff. I'm gonna go face with everything. Do I need to ping? I can ping. Ever played any tourney? Not a Happa mod. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Do you remember me? We got arrested together playing Pokemon Go in Area 51. I do. Yeah, that was terrifying, actually. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put him to 2. If I want to ping. Let's play the bird. Ooh la la. Let's take that for next turn. I don't want to give him a spell if we end up picking like a Deathborn or something. I think Happa's on PT? Yeah. I'm on PT also. Happa's in the Pacific Northwest, yeah. I think she's in, actually I think she's in Oregon too, right? She's in Portland. Did you catch the Tyranitar? That's the real story. I did. I caught the Tyranitar. In fact, here he is. This is the Tyranitar I caught. I think he mods for me, Slissa, Denny, Pear, Nicolina, Housewife, Heart Queen, and some others. What is that? Just like the partial list of smoking kind Hearthstone babes? What the heck? Can the Raven discover itself? No. If he was in core, he could though. Because of a semi-bug. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba ba. Alright, let's do one more game. Happa's on the west, but she has a strange schedule. Does she? Hearthstone Babe sounds like a band. I'd check them out. I'd listen. I'd buy the debut album. Hey, no decks really got completely and utterly dunked today. That's good news. What's today? It's Saturday morning? Oh, I gotta pay rent today. Yes, I love paying rent. I have Monday off. It's a national holiday in Germany. What holiday is it? I'm curious. Maybe I should go to Germany. It's actually not that bad. I could play this and ping it, but if he's got to use both of these to kill this, I don't really have a strong desire to be pinging right now. I'm gonna draw Stoneborn, which is kind of useless, but yeah, what are you gonna do? National Unification Day. Is that unification under Bismarck? It could be. Bismarck. Great. That worked out kind of well. Wait, timeout. 0. 0 is such a small amount. Love this song, me too. You know, I actually talked to Mr. Kitty, and I said, hey, you know, Mr. Kitty, he's the artist behind this track. It's like, hey, I stream Hearthstone Arena in front of, at the time, a couple hundred people a night. I was wondering if it was okay if I played your song. And he said, hey, Mr. Redbeard, I'm a big fan of your stream. I'm trying to up my average. Is there anything I can do to help you? Anything I can do to help? I said, no. Just let me play the song. And you're wonderful. And he said, you know what? I had the same thoughts about you. What a guy. What a guy. Mr. Kitty. Great story, Robert. You ain't wrong, Bubba. You ain't wrong, Buster. Great story, Redbeard. Great story, Mark. What the fuck did you just say to me? 100% true story. No, I think he said sure. I actually did message him on Twitter back when like oh god. Sometimes you have messages in here and you're just like, get rid of this. Get rid of these messages. Wait, what the fuck? I can't do anything about that. Oh, he just hits it and hero powers it. Ay. Maybe I can ping it though. Sorry, this is me threatening Wendy's. What's his name? Wow, I don't like to go through my Twitter messages. I did message him because like Twitch was cracking down on DMCA stuff. I don't see it anymore. Maybe he deleted it. Is that possible? Oh, there he is. I wrote him a paragraph. I don't want to read it because I'm embarrassed now. But he wrote back, yes, that's okay. I actually kind of remember him being less cordial. But yeah, that's pretty nice message. Sounds like a real conversation that happened. It was a real conversation. Uh-oh. Wait, time out. Wait, what's going on? Stop this! Is he getting my card? What happened? Did I get screwed? Wait, did I just win? Close. I can ping him, put him to 1. I don't know if this is better, honestly, but either of these can kill him. I can imagine he'd be less than friendly. He was very friendly. I mean, he just said, yes, that's okay. That's what he wrote. I asked him if I could play his music on stream. I talked to I messaged Dead Life, which, if you guys are here a lot, you know that I'm a big Dead Life fan. And he chatted with me a bit more. But he never, I asked him if he wanted to come in and hang out and say what up. I thought that'd be cool. But I think he said he would, but he never did. I would have been like, I'd have been super stoked to chat with him. Hi, Mr. Kitty, sir, dear, kindly sir. May it please you for me to humbly approach you with this message of request wherein I want that you should bequeath your imperious blessing for me to recount the auditory results of your songwriting. That hacker man's great. Why's it got such a big broken nose? Oh man, those Halloween emotes, really, they're a real larf. Yeah, that's kind of the message I sent him, though. I try to be polite to people, especially like artists who I'm asking to showcase or enjoy their music, you know? I don't want to be like, I don't want to be rude or anything. What do you think about reinstalling Hearthstone? For you, I think you should. Twice. You should have never uninstalled it in the first place. Not a chance. That was a big mistake. No comment. How did you get that lightning bolt? What is that? How'd you get that? I breached a toad frame. There. Uninstalling helps to keep me away from it for a break. Yeah, you know what? I want to deride that. No, I want to admonish that behavior. But I used to do the same thing with Magic the Gathering. I'm telling you, if you guys have been here, the only thing that ever I can even recall in my entire life just made me rage was Magic the Gathering online. Never Arena. I've never, I mean, I've been a different person. But, whoa, you can get all these cards. I mean, they're playable. Play that and ping. I'm going to take the Conjure. I don't think we're going to have this around for the bartender. I used to, there were definitely times where I would rage uninstall Magic Online and then reinstall it in the same day and then rage uninstall it again, or rage uninstall it 4 times a week. At some point, I don't know. I think Hearthstone helped, honestly. I think I have re-downloaded Magic Online once. I think not on this computer, but the one before this, just to play like the cube once or twice. And I didn't rage uninstall it, but I think I would be apprehensive to reinstall Magic Online on my computer. Magic Online is trash. Lets you play the Holiday Cube. Hey Fuzzy P, this sounds like a Dr. Disrespect intro song. Well, Dr. Disrespect borrowed most of my playlist, right? That was clear to most. So that wouldn't surprise me if he used some of my discovered tracks. Just so there's no confusion, Red points out he's being nice so people are no confusion when he is disrespectful. Yeah, exactly. I don't want people to be confused. When I'm being disrespectful, I want it to be very clear that I'm doing it deliberately. How fucking dare you? If it wasn't that or that or that, honestly, the only good ones for us were Taunt and Heal. I like how every turn he's testing for this. Has he not played a minion? Maybe he hasn't played a minion. I feel like he's testing for this all the time. Usually so chill in Hearthstone, the complete opposite of Dreads. I feel like Hearthstone helped me get away from Magic Online. Or at least not to like feel the same way wow, dude. Sure. Not to feel the same way I felt about it. And I feel like Dreads kind of helps me to like be a better person by trying to be the opposite of him. He's so mad all the time. I don't want to be that mad. I can't imagine being that mad. It seems miserable. It's actually good. Him throwing shitters into my stratosphere is pretty good here. It's the alternative to play like this and that. Okay, I have 3 mana, not 103 mana. What happens when you throw Vile Fiend? That's a good question. I'm not sure. Probably nothing would be my guess. My hope would be that it would actually hit something, but my guess would be that it would do nothing. Probably gets thrown 2 turns after it goes dormant. You think so? This is a heaping pile of crappy poo he just played. It's 13, 15, 17, 18. Not enough. I can free hit that. So like we hit here. We go there. Free kill that. It's always going in there. That's always going in there. I think this goes here. It's got some health here. Sit there, there. I don't really think it would trigger after coming out of dormant, but Vile Fiend has strange interactions. My guess is that it does nothing and just goes dormant. Whoa, sick. Jesus Louise, I don't even know what that card does. Here. What? I'll save that in case he has a Deathwing. Let's play this in case he has a Deathwing. I've never seen the Jailer cast, I don't think. This is not Despositio. Does that help him? He has to trade everything, right? Let's trade a lot. You did too, man. Luffy, you did great. I've learned much from you. I did. Jailer sucks. Please don't go, please don't go. Do I have to pee now or pee later? Rude, why would you type something that's just made up? Why would you type that? I just dropped a lot of Pokemon cards. Or shuffling them. Just discarded a card by just drawing cards. Immune Taunt is rare enough that people don't learn the interaction. Yeah, that's true. The Jailer is just a new card, and I feel like they do a very bad job with a lot of things. But they do a really bad job of, what's the word? Playtesting. They don't really like, they kind of just wait for things to break when things go live, and then they fix them sometimes. These interactions, like, it just seems like somebody has the idea. Let's put this card out. Okay. Should we think about the implications or like anything? Nah. We shouldn't. We're playtesting for them. Yeah, basically. Which, you know, it's good for them, I guess. So this is, let's say, Cold Case. And now we have a Vengeful Visage and Cold Case. It's better. What about brawling immune minions? Do they die? Yeah. Only one minion wins the brawl. That's a 3-mana Antonin. Holy schmoly. What do I do about that? I don't know. I guess try to kill him real fast here. Not with this hand. To push all of this, if he can't remove here, maybe find a fireball. That's our plan. Or he's holding 4/7 drops. That'd be good too. Could get that down. That's always getting frozen. Play these two or the secret. The secret might actually throw him off a bit. It didn't kill. I guess it killed a couple of things. I might not be able to find the last little bit of damage here though. So he has the Vile Fiend 2. He can hit there, take 2 down to 9. Wait, why is this? Oh, his guy's still alive, duh. Maybe I'll kill him with that though. That's possible, right? We never have to like straight concede. I love this card. I don't think it's very good, but I like it. Blizzard? Deathborn. It's funny because I can't take Deathborn. Deathborn does nothing. I can't take Iceberry because I can't give him the health. So I guess I take Vengeful and I just eat shit on the deal. I just need to make it to 9. How do I make it to 9? I buy a turn here, and then I freeze next turn, and then I Caligo Spyro him. Yeah, this animation's on because this card is out. What the fuck? How would you pick that? As long as we're not dead. If I can kill that, it'd be delightful too. No. No, wait, is that good? That's fine. We just need to not take 5, 8, 10. We know, no Inquisitor, right? As long as there's no Inquisitor, we're good. Party Crasher lethal. I don't think Party Crasher does what you think it does. $50-50 for lethal? Okay, I don't think Party Crasher does what I think it does. What card did you guys want to Party Crash? If he throws out Caligos. Oh, you're actually right. Okay. I think Party Crasher does exactly what you think it does. And I don't think I know what the hell is going on. But yeah, I would never risk it there. I think we're much more likely than 50% to win from here. We might lose, but I think you just sit at your much greater than 50% chance to win. Yeah, sorry. My bad. A lot of times, no offense. I'm gonna say something offensive, but I don't mean to be offensive. A lot of times I don't look at the shit lines. I don't look at the shit lines. But yeah, I guess, sure, you could lose the game a higher percentage of the time. Sure, of course. If you're dead on board and I didn't see that line, then it for sure is a mistake not to look at it, 100%. I can think you need to discover the pyro, of course. In case we play him later in the run, right? Alright, wow, 6 wins. Wow, Ripper's just tearing it up today. What the hell? This meta is wonderful. As long as you get a lot of wins, it's great. I'm gonna go pee. man, alright. Sure. You stole your roommate's Charmin. Sorry. Every time I see that Dread's Toad for at least a day and a half, I'm gonna laugh. I can see that now. It's too funny, man. Just put a pile of chocolate pudding, start stuffing it in his mouth. Whoa, sick combo. I was gonna just play it, freeze this one, accept this trade if it happens. But now it's like 2 mana kill anything. That's really good. And I'm gonna ping anyway. So if it's Avenge, then I'm just gonna light up whatever eats the Avenge. If it's Reckoning, I'm gonna be annoyed. Well, that's actually really good too. The eyes sell it for me. Yeah, the eyes are great. Are those his real eyes? Be honest with me. Are those his real eyes? Because I'm under the impression that they are his real eyes. I think those are his real eyeballs. I have to import them. So what you're telling me is those are not his real eyeballs. He just blinked at me. Does he blink? For the love of God, if he starts blinking, I'm going home. I mean, he's blinking in and out of existence, but if his eyeballs start blinking. That poor old man. Poor, decrepit old man. Wait, I hit the one I don't want to hit. If I could have pinged and killed off, I would have felt better. Not good, but better. Shit. I can kill that, I guess. I was kind of hoping he'd play like a 6-drop. Freeze an enemy minion. Destroy it. Ping it. Play it. Feels bad, but we're out of cards and we're out of options and we're out of time. Dread's Toad, wink. No, no, no. You've done enough today. You've done more than enough. What's the song you just skipped? I haven't skipped a song in 6 hours. It's all the same song. The fuck? Sketchy. Oh, sketchy. I'm almost dead and that can... You know what? Maybe he's dead. He's never dead, huh? Maybe he's dying, though. Darn it. Reporting for duty. Alright, how do I kill him? Not with that. I mean, the reality is, if he buffs that and gains 7 or 8 life, we can never win. Here, we've got a small chance to be able to win. Shut up, dude. Seems to stop lagging into a wall for a second, so I thought it was skipped. Do you like that style of music? Where they stop hard on a specific beat and, you know, such and such happens. Aw, shoot, man. I ping there, trade there, play this. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. He needs 2. And if this lives, then I kill him. So let's hit here. Now he needs a lot of damage. We also leave ourselves open up to draw like a blizzard or something. Blizzard or a razor jaw. He might be dead on board. Also, it's possible. A lot of times you just can't clear this. It's not good for me. Maybe double trades? He'll never double trade, huh? Shoot. It's a good draw. Darn. One, two, three, four, five. Just don't think you're very likely to win if you leave up all this power. Kind of got a bad break there, but it happens. He's playing Full Discovery. The value is hard to beat. And if he doesn't top deck a copy of Nat, we're fine. Alright, let's play one more game, win or lose, okay? We either end on 7 or we go 6 and 3. Both are cool, but I'd rather win. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. You know, who knows? We might win it. The Blau is really bad. The RNG pretty bad. Well, no, his RNG won him the game, right? Drawing the way to kill, probably the only way in his deck to deal with the 8/8, unless he has an Aldor. Certain aspects of RNG matter a lot more. The ones that win you the game are very important. Having your 7-drop spit out a minion that's like 1/1 smaller than you would hope is not super relevant. Let's do many more. Okay, let's play all night. Yeah, he didn't roll the best beast from that card, but that didn't really matter one way or another. We gotta hit 7 though. We don't really have a choice. You're gonna play Scarlet Violet on stream? No. No. I don't know if I'll even play them, honestly. Are they on the Switch? I probably won't play them. Maybe I'll watch somebody play, maybe Grand Pooh Bear. I like Grand Pooh Bear. Do I want to ping it? Comes out November 18th. It's on the Switch. AA Bombs, have a great night, man. My dear friend. AA Bombs. Thanks, man. Jeez Louise. Love that A-Bombs character. I don't know of a single paladin card that could answer a board state like this, so we should be fine. Four cards. We played KYO before? We did, yeah. Dirty, filthy, stream sniper. Shoot. Well, darn it. I have this and this with a ping. I can have a 3/4. Gosh darn it. God, this is the worst case scenario. Alright, we'll leave this guy up. Whatever. We lost 2 1-in-3s. We lost a 1-in-9 to miss both. Is that right? Something like that. It happens. His guy living isn't a big deal. Can I cherry pick any of these? Yeah, that one's good. Oh, I like that song. It's a good one we haven't played in a while. I love that track. Oh, I love that track. Okay, I'm gonna just. Oh no. I pasted instead of copying. Why does he have so many minions and I have none? What's happening here? Chromaggus. Wait, I can hit more stuff? That's good. How are you? I'm pretty good, Mighty. How am I liking the new rotation? I like it a lot more today when I've been womping everybody, for the most part. I think the meta itself is kind of like underwhelming, but that's fine. I love that card. Getting an extra copy of that wouldn't be the worst thing. What the fuck is that? What am I pinging though? Kind of would have been down to bump and ping and play something like this. This card is good. It's gonna go face with something. It kind of tips it off if I don't ping that, but maybe. Power level went down, but that's a good thing in Hearthstone. I think the power level going down isn't inherently a bad thing. I think the power level going down and decks being like uninspiring and uninteresting is a bad thing. And that's more my issue with the meta. In my brief experience with it so far, is it hasn't felt. It's a lot of decks have felt like they're 20 neutrals or 22 neutrals, 28 minions, and like 1 spell and 1 weapon. And when that is like repeatedly your experience, I think that's not good. But yeah, the power level going down and things being like good and fun and interesting is good. Right? Like, that's cool. It's cost 0. Push 19, put him down to 4, but I don't have any more reach. Let's play Blizzard. Discovering Chromaggus is fun though. It's interesting though. I actually think we talked about this card specifically, right? Like the Raven. So I like the Raven because in order to get Chromaggus, one, it's relatively unlikely. Two, you're falling behind the turn you play the... You're falling behind the turn you play the Raven. Like, that type of stuff matters, I think. Let's ping here. 8 mana. Magic Marge. But, yeah, like, it feels bad if you're the person who has Chromaggus discovered against you. But I don't think you're supposed to... I don't think you're ever going to be able to, like, mitigate the bad feeling of losing a game of Hearthstone. And I think that that's actually a mistake that they make, and a mistake the community makes by asking for that all the time. We want everything to be perfectly balanced. We want it to be like you can't discover anything or whatever. You should never be able to win by discovering something because it wasn't in your deck. And every time they kind of make an effort or an attempt to go in that direction, we end up with a worse product, I think. Well, no matter what we pull, it's fine. It deals 1. Yes, 8, 12, 16, 17. So let's tag one of these in case that's like, oh, that's a dragon, in case he top decks a true silver. Stop playing taunts right now, or I'm gonna scream. I think the real problem is there aren't more cards that deliver the same power level of effect. Yeah, I'd agree. This meta, the issue isn't that 8, 12, ping whichever one we want. The issue isn't like Nathrius, or maybe it is. The issue isn't like one Castle Nathria card. It's the fact that like a 3 mana 3/2 can't answer a red herring ever. It can't really do much to help out a red herring ever. That a plated beetle can't really answer a gravewing ever. It's like you're not able to respond to things. I think that's an issue. And that happens when you have cards that were made 6 years ago in the same meta with cards that were made 6 days ago. It compounds that issue. It's like if you were to boot up Wild right now, and I could only use Ungoro cards, and you could use cards, any cards you wanted, like you would absolutely destroy me, right? Like it wouldn't matter how good or bad I was, and Arena is subjected to like the same sort of issue right now. I'm not sure if we could win another game, but everybody would be mad if I landed now. I don't want to play 5 more games. Alright, I'll do one more. I'll do one more. I don't really want to keep that, because then I'm sort of obligated to play it on 1. I don't want to. Had a guy play Warrior and he went Ungoro, he lost bad. Oh yeah, that card sucks. That card's really fun though. Explorer Ungoro could be fixed by making all the Discover options cost 0, and by allowing you to draw a card. You know, you draw a card when you play it. 2 mana, draw a card. Replace your deck with Exploring Ungoro cards. And they all cost 0, the Discover. So you don't have to spend 1 more mana on every card. The card wouldn't be that good, but it would be very, very fun. And make it so it can only Discover Ungoro cards. These days it would suck because Ngoro cards suck, but it'd be better flavor. Flavor matters. The flavor matters. I did envy him because it's fun. The best thing that can happen in Hearthstone Arena is you win with the fun cards. Which is why I like taking Elise. Definitely this card. I don't know when we're going to play it, but it's always unfair. I talked about this the other day, and I'll pull it up again just because I can't remember. This is like the 6th or 7th highest deck win rate card in Mage, and that's including legendaries. That card's deck win rate is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it is the 7th highest deck win rate card right now. Seventh highest. So it's below Ysera, Sylvanas. Somehow Talon. Really? Small sample size, relatively small, but Talon's, I think, an outlier. Nathria's, Deathborn, the location, and then this card. So it's slightly above things like Chromaggus, Orion, Runethak, Solarion, Alexstrasza, these type of cards. It's definitely better than all of those. Someone dies. Could just play this now, huh? But yes, it turns out 3 mana, deal 10 damage to the board, and summon a 4/5. Both of those are unfair. Both of those are completely and unequivocally, unacceptably unfair. We might lose, but it won't be because of this card that we lost. Not a fair card. Kills my guy. It's coming down later. Runethak is the worst, and nothing tilts me more than when a warrior plays him discounted. Well, there's no more athletic studies, so you can't discover a discounted Runethak. Runethak is like the 2020 or 2021, whenever he came out. He's like the 2020 version of Vicious Fledgling. A card that comes down and like immediately snowballs if you can't kill him. Allows you to play cards that keep him alive. This is getting better and better. There's a lot of things we can do. But if I play this now, I draw my card and I never have to worry about top decking it, which I have an irrational fear of. So I play around the possibility of top decking my Vengeful while I have my Arcanologist in my hand. I care about any of that? Somewhat. If he has a Bloodlust, I care a lot, I guess. Really just want to get this on the board. Just don't want to lose my guys. But maybe that's fine to lose one. So I don't get blown out by a Bloodlust. Did not know that it also silences? Yeah, so it removes it from the board. No death rattles trigger from life sentence. But yeah, only one goes, not all the copies. So it says Polymorph without the sheep, yeah. So it's like transform a minion into a 0/0 copy. Seems very straightforward. Like, what does it do? Oh, that's almost great. Let's play this, check this out, and this, and then this. Because now if we end up with another secret, it'll cost 0. I don't know how we could Messenger Raven into Ethereal Conjurer into like another secret. Just the order actually matters there. It's kind of funny. Yeah, it's possible. It's probably the only way. Infuse doesn't trigger? No, so it doesn't count as dying, so it won't tick up an infuse, correct? Wish Hakami. Wish Hakami. I'm feeling rough. I'm feeling raw. I'm in the past of my, in the prime. I'm past the prime of my life. Is that what he says? Oh God, suppressing. Am I in the prime or am I past the prime? What do you guys think? I wonder. Feels like past, but maybe I'm in. Maybe it's all perspective and it doesn't really matter. And shut up, Redbeard. Maybe it's maybe it doesn't matter and shut up and kiss me, Redbeard. In your prime. If you feel that way, you should hush and sip and drink away the pain. Oh God. You're in the Twitch prime of your life. Apparently so. You think so? You don't think we have anywhere up to go? Like there's nowhere up to go from here? That's not good. Let's do one more. We just have to try to finish the run. Your therapist knows more than me, but wouldn't your therapist, like, what are they gonna say? Like, you're past your prime? If your therapist tells you that, why are you gonna come back? You're just gonna be like, oh, fuck this guy. But on that same note, I think you could be 100. You can feel like you're in your prime. I think it's kind of up to you, and they're probably there to kind of help you realize that is probably part of, the biggest part of their job, I would think. As somebody who's not super, I'm not a therapist, but I just imagine if you went to them and you're like, hey, am I in the prime of my life? And they're like, nah. All right, write me another check. You'd be like, no, fuck you. You didn't tell me what I wanted to hear. You told me there was no hope. They have to tell you there's hope. There's always hope, though. Doesn't really matter. You can wrangle your mind around a proper way, whether you're in the prime or past it. There's no going back. So it's of no use to think about your life that way. Yeah, that's fair. And then, like, on that note, on a serious note, my just brief, without really thinking about it, my thoughts. Is that a new follower? Petrox, what's up, Petrox? Is, like, you may think your prime was when you were 22 or 32 or 42 or 12. It doesn't really matter, right? Like, to the same point of Moniaki, like, if you decide that wasn't your prime, that wasn't your prime. Maybe you have more money now, or maybe you're in better shape now, or maybe you're in better health. Maybe you've overcome some stuff. You got better ties to your family and your friends now, but whatever, you're looking for your next stage in your life, like it's up to you to decide, you know, what you consider your priorities and then what you would consider your prime, right? That's all. What's up, Mr. Koo? If you don't think you're in your prime, Rand, when do you think your prime was? I think I'm in my prime now. I think I'm in my prime. This may come as a shock, and I'm going to say this to any out there who are listening. I think this is the healthiest mentality, mindset that I've had in 10 or 15 years. Yeah, so maybe my prime might be a lower prime than, say, others, Wilt Chamberlain or Michael Jordan or whoever, but I was younger and I was in better shape physically. I was in relationships when I, you know, and whatnot, and I had more energy, but I feel like a lot of times that energy was directed in the wrong way, where I felt like I needed to have those things in my life and I had to work a job that didn't make me happy. And now I do something that makes me happy every day. And I may get frustrated with Hearthstone or whatever, but I would say it's not even close. Like, not even at any point in my life before I started streaming was I ever 1% as happy as I am, or as fulfilled, or as... Humana, what? They're all legendaries. This one I can play next turn. This one I can't discover anything. This is Big Daddy Skeletron, dude. I love that card. I'm gonna just take it. Is that dumb? Kind of. I'm only getting 2 back. Alright, whatever. It might be the last game of the night. Let's take a Solarion. But, like, I don't know. I had a more stable job when I worked at Target, and I was dating unstable women, but I was dating people. I had a car, and I don't know. I enjoy what I do much more now, so I would say I feel like this is like if I had the choice to go back at 23 and work at Target and do what I'm doing, you know, what I was doing then, I would not take it. Now, if I could be 23 doing what I'm doing now, sure, but that's not how it works. So, like somebody in chat mentioned, it's kind of, you know, frivolous a bit. To have them both. Take them both. To go over them in that regard, right? I was so dumb when I was 21. Zelda, you're 21 right now, aren't you? You can draft Solarion? Yeah, we just haven't been offered him yet, but we've only done 2-3 mages, maybe. Better off mentally these days, but I miss all the energy and the passion of my 20s. Yeah, that's an interesting thing, because things do just kind of feel... It's funny, right? Because things feel more... I don't know. More important, or more... I don't know. It's easier to feel passionate about things when you're 22 than when you're 32. But I think that's true of things when you're 12 than when you're 22 as well. Like, as you kind of end up in these kind of routines, and you've seen the same things over and over, and you've dated a couple women or a couple men or a couple people, and you kind of get the same results, and you've played some video games, and like they don't have the same impact on you as when you were 12 or 6 and you're playing Super Mario 3. Like that does, it gets harder and harder to have that same impact. But again, I don't think that necessarily means that like those are better days or that's your prime or whatever, personally. I can scoop up this board with the blizzard. I don't know if it's right, but it clears his board, it pushes some damage, and I've got stuff to play, right? I don't know. I'm 22 and I feel dumb. You're probably not that dumb, but you're probably not that smart. No offense. That's how I think most people feel. Most people feel either too smart or too dumb. Most of us are just in the middle. And there's nothing wrong with that. Being in the middle is pretty good. It's way better than being at the bottom. There's a lot of pressure being at the top too, right? Probably gonna pull this. Oh god, now we know what happens. It's pretty good still. It's your own house. I live in an apartment, so I'm renting this The rent's not that high relative to what it was in California. I could probably get cheaper rent in Nebraska. Imagine having kids and they tell you they want to go watch a new Minions movie and you have to act excited about a movie featuring pills wearing jeans. I can't speak to having kids. I think personally, Zelda, and you're very young and I'm old, but I never had kids. I think sharing in the excitement of a child would probably make those type of things much more interesting than they would be on your own. They also make a lot of good movies. Pixar's very smart about making movies that appeal to kids and adults so that they can take more of our money. But, you know, what do we need our money for? Let them have it. You're probably right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm speculating here, but I'm quite smart, but I've done plenty of dumb things. Yeah, the really smart people just say they just never did any dumb things, right? I hope I draw Solarion. That would be really, really neato. I am quite dumb, but I've done many smart things, like subscribe to Redbeard. Poor Redbeard lives above a bowling alley and below another bowling alley. I do. That's where I live. It is fun. But now, me, for example, I am in a situation where at work they're asking me to devote myself to the company and I want to enjoy my family. Yeah, quit that job. Fuck the company. Love your family, right? When I worked at Target, they wanted me to work 80 hours a week and pay me for his death rattle goes off before my death rattle, right? So I play this. Oh my god. How much does Solarian cost? 7? They wanted me to work like 70 to 80 hours a week and pay me for 50. I told them to fuck off. And I was really, really scared. And for a long time, it seemed like a big mistake. But ultimately, it was much better to leave. Wait, that was the best hit for him. Now he only takes 2 instead of 3. I work in a sector that's not so easy to change after work like that. Yeah, and I'm just kidding around a little bit, but it's never easy to change stuff like that. It'll never be easy. It'll always be hard. Not everything in life is hard, but most things in life are hard from a professional aspect. I'd say most things are hard if you don't have the easiest job. If you're not from like a billionaire family and your dad or your mom have billions and you can just work in their company or whatever, it's always hard. I found it was very easy to do something that made me miserable, and it's very hard to find. It was very hard to work to do something that made me happy. Pink face instead of the spell. You could have got a spell that would have been good, like a pyro that would have won you the game this turn. You could have got a lot of things. You could have found lethal. And he's gonna trade, but now he's forced to trade, right? Which gives us time to potentially find one of our 2 Solarion primes. We could pick up a, I don't know. You know, pinging his face once or twice would have been cool because then Geyser would have been lethal, but that's about it, right? You have better odds of finding a Solarion prime and living an extra turn than drawing the Geyser. Do you have any inclination that you'd be a good streamer when you went for it? Oh yeah, I thought I would be great, and I thought I would have more success more quickly. Now whether or not I am good or great isn't really up for me to decide, but I was always very, very good at talking to people, and I was always pretty good at Hearthstone, and I figured that was sort of half the battle. But I thought it'd be easy to turn the stream on and people will just find you, but that's just not really how it works. That deals 7 to me, right? Because each one counts as 1. It's a great counter to that card. Come on, dude, and the animation's slow. Solari on me, baby. Come on, right now. Shoot. Well, shit. This gives me a better chance of staying alive here. I take off 1 power. Actually I could have pinged, huh? But I clear the taunt, and the taunt may allow me to kill him, so that's kind of nice. But yeah, I thought I would be good at streaming. Hard to say if I ever achieved that goal. I think I can get better. If you think I suck now, I can get better. I'll try to do better tomorrow, okay? Okay, Jazz? I tried to do better today than I did yesterday. I made a conscious decision, or a conscious effort at least, that I would try to be better. Because Hearthstone really annoyed me yesterday, and I didn't want to turn into a negative turd. And most of our runs went well, which makes it a little easier to, you know, have fun, but feel rested after sleep? Yeah, I do. Do you? Can't be a good streamer unless you think you can be a great one. Red tries every day to make sure he's less and less like Dreads. The goal is to be less and less like Dreads every day, and I try to do that. Double taunt? Do I need... Oh my god, wait. I definitely don't have lethal. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. Wait, I'm just dead. Oh, wait, I'm just straight up dead. Oh, what a shame of a draw. Let's give him a wow. It's a great greetings to tilt somebody into conceding. I've got to give him one more thanks. Well, I guess thank you. I guess I found lethal. Red is online after 8 hours, 7 hours and 40 minutes. That's different. That's crazy. I'm really sad we lost. I wish we would have won. I'm happy to end the stream because I felt like that was a good stream. Ended on a relatively high note, going 8. Starting another game next turn and just getting dunked by like a buffet biggin would have felt mad. Just not hitting those Solarions stinks because we got 2 of them. He'll concede eventually. You thought he might, right? A lot of fun. Almost all infinite runs today, and 1 12-win run, and a lot of support. Tice skipped 5 subs. What? Simi made him, so what are you gonna do?